ugly green hospital garb. In fact, I'm convinced a gay person made this shit because it doesn't cover the back. I always feel insecure in hospital garb because your ass isn't covered. Who would make a garb where you're behind, your butthole isn't covered? I
Pause.
said some gay dude did that so they can slide up in there, man. I hated
Pause.
wearing that shit. I was thinking about that. Someone told me to pause. I'll pause.
No. Hold on, real quick, brother Doctor Short. Real quick. Salute to the brother Black Learn in the building. Salute. Hold on, let me give you your sound. Real quick. Who else is in here? My brother Next
Oh,
Level.
Sister Scales, Quiet Scales was in there. And,
we got her. We got her. Sister Quiet
well, I
Scales.
just wanted to say hi to everybody's out here, and I thank you. You know, I'm going to rise again, and I think my penis will too with the sour sub and the
Pause.
new seal. Oh yes, yes. You know what? Winky Cancer's going to lose. You know. I could just see my genitalia saying, "I am a man."
Pause.
Heavy.
If Jesus rose again, so can I. I'm just trying. I mean, look, guys, please, if you love your dick, check on it. You never know that prostatitis stuff will hit it, and all of a sudden you can't pee, or you're pissing on yourself in the middle of the night, or when you really need your penis to, and not when you're watching some stupid porn that you should be looking at, but when you're really supposed to do some duty, and your Jimmy gives out on your conks out, it goes. Your penis is coughing like it's got pneumonia, and it's all limp like linguine. Don't wait for that. We need to take prostate health seriously, not because we're predisposed, but they're forever chemicals in our drinking water and other things that jack up our prostate that they're not talking about. I'm convinced that the fluoride that they put in the water attacks black men's genitalia, and this is the reason why they won't take it out. This is the reason that no matter how deadly fluoride is, it does bother your kidneys. So wouldn't it bother your prostate? So the fluoride that's in the water that they told you is for your teeth, which is a damn lie. The fluoride, I believe, attacks black men in particular because we absorb fluoride at twice the rate of white people. So if you get fluoride and you put it in the lead pipes, we're getting lead poisoning and fluoride poisoning. You can even see it in people's teeth, and it's also attacking, I think it's attacking our dicks. This is an attack on our dick sisters. I mean, it's not just Pride Month. I mean, this is every time you take a shower, you're absorbing this stuff, and it may be attacking your thing. So please, if you love yourself or you're just a narcissistic person that's proud of all the inches God gave you and you didn't give yourself, check your dick out. Check it out before it checks out on you. And I'm a witness, because I was noticing and shit. I used to be like, remember the now ladies when the real big packs? Now the shit's gotten smaller. If your dick is like downsizing and you can't figure out why, it could be prostatitis, which leads to prostate cancer. So I just want to give you guys some dick tips. This is a Patriarch Summit, and this is talk. I want you to have as many inches, and please don't point at it, man. As many inches as you and your lady, the good Lord would give you. And don't live bad health. Downsize your dick. I mean, of the few pleasures that we have in this world is our dicks, brothers. They're taking that shit away from us too.
Brother
So
Short.
please, check your credit, check your penis, please. I mean, hear it from me. Don't end up like me where you're like, God, Lord, I was bigger.
We freezing here. Are you frozen? I can't hear anything. Hello. Are we there? I can hear you. Are you there, brother Short?
I'm here. Do you hear me? I hear you perfectly.
Yeah, it just went all quiet just now. Hold on one second. Okay. All right. Let me do this real quick. Let me do this. Again, salute real fast. The brother Black Laren. Let me get my brother Next Level. Salute the brother Next Level in the building. me see who else is in here. Let me see real quick. Who else is in the building? I think I saw. Oh, Q. Q in the building. Salute, Q. In the building. Yeah, come through, Q.
And the white woman to him, man, definitely. He's in Pennsylvania too.
We got the clip for you, Q. We got the one for you right now. We got the Q. We got the clip lined up. Who else came through? I think I saw.
And who's got the pay toilet sex queen Al Sharpton image up there? He doesn't even look like that anymore. He looks like he's had AIDS for the last.
Sharpton. That's Coke Sharpton. Peace, brother Adrian. Peace.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I mean,
we got brother Coke. We got brother Coke Sharpton in the building.
I heard he was like getting tagged in the booty by James Brown when he looked like that. Now I feel good. So I would do so good. It's so good. I'm going to.
Hey, brother Coke, when you gonna report to Biden's backyard? We need your presence, sir. We need your presence.
I gotta find my twin brother Al. He keep finagling and slipping and sliding all that weight he lost, man. I'm trying to get to him. Come back to the perm, man. Come back to the perm.
Well,
man, give him a couple of chickens.
Well, gentlemen, I just want to be clear. We letting the sister push through here. Let her do what she gonna do right now for y'all, just so we understand we up to speed, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Push through. Yes, queen.
What sisters pushing through?
Oh, she backing it up.
Oh, like Cori Bush got backed up. You know, she went from looking like a Rottweiler to looking like a congresswoman. And the Hebrews still took her ass out. AIPAC got her.
Yeah.
That was there it is.
Listen to the banter, yeah. Here it comes.
Yo, they remind me that this little piggy went all the way home.
Look at this shorty with the green and they do so much. They try so hard. Oh, these are the listen, at the end of the day, these right. Look at Sister DW. Sister DW said they look musty, all of them.
Oh Lord.
Oh,
Lord.
Well, you know, she God have mercy. I'm just looking at this lady and I'm thinking to myself, that she must have had reinforced concrete in her girdle, because otherwise the slab would have been flying around. And I'm just saying that would have knocked her down. So I'm glad she had that. But
the quiet scale said,
I mean, it's just really with the biscuits. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. If body shaming is wrong, I don't want to be right. What's wrong with being a proportionate size?
Oh, shit.
You know, when I was in the hospital, because I'm not so like grossly over, I was able to move around and do stuff. It's just unhealthy. I'm gonna tell you, when I was in rehab 2 years ago, they had, for the people with really fucked up insurance, there was this room, and it was a whole bunch of Black women that were amputees who had been morbidly overweight. And while everybody runs around telling you, you know, big bone, as I told one person, she says, I'm big bone. I says, bitch, you're not big bone. A dinosaur is big bone. You're fat. All of these sisters had their legs, they're double amputees, because they had been fat and arrogant and hard-headed, ate whatever they wanted to eat, and nobody could say anything to them, especially no man, because they don't like listening to anyone. And you go through life like that, and you can get through when you're younger. But once you get older, all of a sudden, and these racist doctors are quick to cut your feet off, cut your legs off, cut you off at the knees. They don't care. On one hand, they promote obesity and promote bad health and promote all these sisters going and shooting it out with people over curly fries at fast food places. But their health is being destroyed. They don't know how to cook. They don't put decent food on the table. All the kids got type 2 diabetes at 5 and 6 because of this cult of fatness. You ain't no goddess. You're a slob that needs a gym membership. Maybe get 2. And it's time for us to start doing that. And you know what? We black men don't like this shit. And it's not normal. It's not natural. And where did the image of the fat, overweight, unattractive black woman come in? It goes back to the mammy and slavery. This is what white people want. They've got these folks brainwashed into thinking being morbidly overweight is part of your African culture. Nigga, you don't even know if your ancestors came from Africa. You don't know that. What you do know is when you get on the scale, you're hoping 4 figures don't come up.
I tell you what, gentlemen. This is a salute to the brother Negro. Let me go through the panel real quick. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, panel has grown real quick. We got the brothers in here. And of course, I forgot one important thing, ladies and gentlemen. The wolf is in the building. Yes, indeed, brother Juan J. Johnson, sir. Yeah, I'm glad you got it here early. We didn't get too far, sir. But listen, are they strolling to freedom here? What are your thoughts on this this exhibition here, brother Juan J. Johnson?
They are strolling in bondage.
Mm.
I mean, look, when I think about the sorors, the fraternities, they all start in college, right?
Mm.
But everything has an expiration date. When do we go from I pledged, I crossed the sands, I put in my dues, and now it's time for me to deal with reality? They literally, it's almost like they're in a time machine. They you know, it's like when I spoke as a child, I acted as a child, I did childish things, but when I became a man, I put that away. This is childish behavior.
That part.
If you keep it 100, what have the sorors and the frats did for the progression of Black exceptional people? We're exceptional because we're just like that. Huh?
AIDS.
You said AIDS?
AIDS.
The shots, the COVID-19
and degeneracy.
Shots.
This is the reason that we're so stupid. There are 2.5 million dumb fuck people like these folks. Let me say this to everybody. Forgive me, Brother Lone Wolf. Black people, I was on the phone with Brother Larry Pinckney that you're going to have to talk to, Chef C. I can't wait. Black people were making a little bit of progress all the way up until the late 70s. What happened in the late 50s and early 60s is that when Black folks began to get serious about getting ahead in American society, the Greek letter organizations took hits. People quit. People stopped being involved with them because they were full of shit. In order for the Greek letter people to be relevant, they started getting involved in the Black movement because they couldn't get recruits. As long as we had a strong effort for Black people to get some kind of freedom or inclusion, the Greek letter organizations were marginal. At the very point where Black people began to fall off the wagon, late 70s, early 80s, the Greeks have come back. It's very clear. When the Greeks are strong, Black people's consciousness and we as a collective are weak, disorganized, infantile, diseased, and going down. You can go online and do a Google search. Wherever you have HBCUs, you have high rates of venereal disease. Anybody that's been on a campus, if you were halfway active, your enemies were the Greek letter people. If you wanted to do a rally or do something on Black history, they would have parties with sex and booze, and you couldn't compete with them. And they had more people and they had a budget. They had people in the system that worked. And so the black standing people, the people like Rollin, who's completely alienated as a student, and I went through that. All the people that are for real are ambushed and overrun by these fuckers. I despise them, and I say it openly. I know what it's like. You try to do anything, try to raise an awareness, and those people are there, blocking, doing dumb shit, raping people, drugs, all this confusion, people not doing well academically. Now, you might get now and then a chapter, a really committed person who tried to do good, but you know what? Where are these bastards when it comes to reparations, mass incarceration? You name one major thing afflicting black people that these goddamn people and the Greek letter, divine swine, boule assholes that they fought as a collective. Don't tell me about a Martin Luther King who got kicked out of Alpha Phi Alpha for being a jailbird. These people are liars, they're frauds, they're grifters, they're backstabbers. They're the reason we can't move. They're the enemy from within. They're the disease at the head of the fish that's rotten. And I say that to people's faces that are Greek. I don't want to be friends to you. You guys are part of the problem. Why aren't they teaching those hoes about Depo-Provera? Why aren't they teaching these women about nutrition instead of this silly dancing and stepping and shit? Everything's a fucking celebration and a party as if we're not being genocided slowly as a group. And for all people, the Greeks, you goddamn liars, you are in the fucking boule. You can't be a brown shirt and not be a Nazi. You can't participate in some of it and not be guilty for it as a collective. A lot of niggas start acting like white people. Their whole family's in the Klan and somehow they're not a bad person. You know goodness well that the leaders and the chapters, I know folks that are leaving the Greek thing, they'll tell you when they want to do something in the community, they get fought. They get fought by their chapters. All those folks want to do is party, screw, lie, be bisexuals, do dumb shit. Like my cousin was telling me that he was in a park in Philadelphia and there were all these Omega Psi Phi guys with their gold boots on, with their jackets on, with no clothes on, doing steps in the park. This is what they're doing as our people are being destroyed. So, and I don't care two fucks about their degrees or what. Our people are being let down. They're traitors. Every single traitors to God too. Call yourself a Christian and yet you worship the God of your sorority or your fraternity. It's satanic. It's part of our people being blinded and crippled and enslaved. Are these wicked entities? They've hijacked the churches. Why can't our kids learn? Those AKA and Delta bitches run the public schools where our kids can't read or write. Get the hell out of my face with these people. So yes, you're fat, you're ugly, you're musty, you're a disgrace. You're a traitor to God, our ancestors, and our future. And everybody needs to know that all the Greek letter organizations support eugenics, which is basically slow genocide for black people, that the Greek letter organizations are in partnership with Planned Parenthood. Margaret Sanger's organization was called the American Birth Control League that wanted to wipe out black people with the Negro Project. All of the Greeks support this. All of the Greeks support Depo-Provera that sterilizes and destroys and gives breast cancer to black women. This is disgusting that these people aren't called out. So if you look at the black church and wonder, all these gay pastors, all this trans stuff, all of this gender fluid, how there's not one issue that we've ever believed in, that you don't see any of these institutions controlled by these devils taking a stand, that is the Greeks. That's their influence. They are Luciferian, sodomite, sappist, enemies of the soul of our people. They're just as dangerous as the Ku Klux Klan and the Nazis, and we think they're the talented 10th. Damn it, if that's talent, then how the hell are we in the situation that we're in right now?
Well, Brother Wolf, I mean, go ahead, Brother Wolf.
So look, I'll say this. What the name C. Dolores Tucker comes to my mind. If you don't know who C. Dolores Tucker is, look her up. C. Dolores Tucker was a very outspoken sister about the debauchery, the degradation of this hip hop piece. She saw it before it really became real vulgar like it is today. And my question is, where were the sororities backing her up?
She was Delta. She was betrayed by the Greeks. She was a Delta. I worked for C. Dolores Tucker. C. Dolores Tucker was betrayed by the Greeks. Anybody serious, anybody that really wants to give their heart to stand up for God and their people gets betrayed. These folks would stab Jesus with the steak knife if they could find him.
The steak knife, my God. And that's my question. Watch this. When we talk about accountability, women being accountable, what we see out here in these streets with this scandalous, degrading music and these just, I can't even find the words for what we see out here, the debauchery, women not holding other women accountable. And you would think that that the Divine Nine, that the Soras would have taken the lead in checking your Stallions, Megans, and checking your Sukihanas before they blew up, and checking these what's that girl name? Any of them? Give me all the ratchetness.
Suki's, right? Your Suki's, yeah. What's that? Sexy Red,
Megan the Stallion,
Megan the Style, all of them bust downs. Yeah.
But let me just say this to you, Lone Wolf. At Howard University, there was a case that happened in the early 2000s, and it was alleged that all the AKAs that wanted to cross over had to be sodomized in their mouth and in their rectum by the Qs. And somebody contracted HIV, and the family sued. If you understand when I say to you that it used to be a ritual, and for people that will be honest, there are rituals where people get raped and abused as part of that whole culture. That's part of the secrecy. Men getting raped, women getting raped, and that's why people are so tight and unified around their Luciferian lives. And that's the real glue. The secrets, the stuff they did, the people drinking. How many people have been killed? Do you guys know that there are lawsuits and there are chapters all over the country that get kicked off for abusing people, for hazing? All this Black self-hatred and destructive and degenerate behavior. These people created the climate that could embrace a Megan the Stallion. After all, Atlanta is the capital of the Boule. Name a more nasty, more AIDS-drenched place than Atlanta, Georgia. So where those folks come in, the degeneracy follows, and that's why all you have to do is look. Don't take my word for it. Understand that, this situation that's going on, and I mean that, within Alpha Phi Alpha, where they want women, trans men, to be admitted in Alpha Phi Alpha. How does this even happen? And now they're fighting. And because they have so many people like that, because I'm going to tell you something. That kind of cultic behavior attracts degenerate people. When
Mm.
you need to be around people, that need to eat muskrat poop and pretend they have a giraffe dick in their mouth, and it's a banana with rubber on it, you need to do all of that to be around people. There's a thin line between you going to a bathhouse or going to a glory hole or being a complete, total freak and degenerate. And it's a fact, a whole bunch of these fraternities, the women are all studs and the men are all gay, and they have these arranged marriages. I've been watching it my whole life in Howard, where you have the man who really does it to dudes, but he has a wife. They have like one kid. The kid hates the parents. That's a big part of the Black elite. This is who these niggas really are. This is who people are. And so this stuff, you're looking at how the people are pushing and all these stupid Black women that can't define a woman. I bet you're gonna find out they're Greek. Most of the Black women in Congress, they're deltas. When you start seeing all this nasty stuff, this is who they are. That's what they join. And when the people think when their college days are over, okay, now I can really do something, they find out they can't. I
Mm.
got a cousin that's a Kappa in Prince George's, created this program for young men called Kappa Care. And it was a good program. He had to beg and plead with his brothers, please do something for young. They don't want to do it. They want to have their white parties where they all wear white. These people never grow up. They never mature. They never want to share. They're selfish, narcissist, self-hating folks who basically serve as white people's gatekeepers to prevent Chef C and Ramen and all these other people from breaking through. This is who they are. And when you confront these devils and tell them, they start saying, well, we all know. Like, no, you're leadership. If Hitler's your leader, you're a Nazi. If you're following degenerate, self-hating people that are pushing alcoholism, drug abuse, and degeneracy, then you're one of them. You can't be 50-50. You're either one thing or the other. This is one of the reasons that Black people cannot move ahead. Is because we think we can have it both ways. I could be for white supremacy and for Black freedom. You're going to have to choose. What's that group, the Impressions? Which one would you choose, my brother, if you had a choice, my brother? Which color would you choose? Which cause will you choose? Will you choose freedom or Black slow genocide through degeneracy, through abortion, through hedonism? And these people decided our destruction, as long as they live good, as long as they're on the first deck of the Titanic and we drown on the bottom, they don't care. This is deliberate. They know what they're doing. And that's why when people like me come around, they disappear, they get mad, or they plot against you because they know, let's be honest, only 2 or 3% of the public reads. That means only 2% of people are really doing any thinking in any given population.
Mm.
Their goal is to be almost 100% of the Black folks that go through school and everything else. And either you get forced in or you get cowed by them, you marry one of them. That means that 1% of us has to try to figure out how to help the 98% of the dumb fuck Black people who don't get it. And we're fighting against the 1% of these devils who are trying to kill us, or the suicidal. And that's what's really going on.
And that's why we're having this discussion, because I know a lot of platforms are not going to call them out, not going to be dogmatic like we are in their faces. And look, again, I'm a results guy. I believe in let's do it, let's execute, let's plan, let's implement, let's do it. And let's come back to the drawing table and see if it worked or if it's not working. And I can say with clarity that if you are part of the Divine Nine and you can honestly look at our situation in the Black community for the last 60 years, correction, let's say 1920 to 2020, and you ask the question, are we better than we were before 1920 than we are right now? You have to say no. Even with the invention and the births of the Divine Nine. Now, I may not call them out like Dr. Short, but I look at, are we better as a people, not as your individual divine nine organization or your soror or your frat? Are we better collectively as a people? And we're not. And then to see you go all in for a person who don't even identify with you, who don't even like you, who cosplay with intention. But you want us to give our Black exceptional American collateral to them.
Collateral. Fact.
Can't do it. And then you're going to try to make us look like we're wrong because you've been quiet for well, you came out of hiding during the pandemic. We give you that. But you came out of hiding just to get folks to take the shot. Okay? If we're going to keep it up. So if they're being called out, a lot of people don't realize this. Good intentions don't mean you won't get resistance. Okay? And we do things all the time, but we never anticipate resistance. And they thought by them coming out and coming together with their 50,000 on a phone call, raising 1.5 million, that's more about $15-30 a person. And they didn't expect the resistance from the streets.
No.
The hood. And now they sit there, attack dogs, and call the streets illiterate, stupid, because we refuse to join forces with people who have showed our community content. Come on, man. And I know, look here, I know a lot of Masonic or Divine Nine. I know a lot of them. Okay? But it does not take away from the fact that you're out of order. You're out of order right now. You're asking us to blindly accept a person who I can't visually see in the Situation Room giving orders on striking Ukraine, assisting Israel, or any war. You're talking, I mean, I'm thinking as a warrior, as somebody who's going to plan or watch and sit back and see the destruction of civilizations. We're talking about bombs and nukes and battleships and cruisers and airplanes and infantry. I will not give that power to Kamala Harris. And that's not saying I'm on board with Trump either. I've been an independent. Matter of fact, I go on record. The last election, I voted for my damn self. Because I figured I could do a better job than both of them. You just don't know me. As a matter of fact, what that said, go to Long with Farms Training, go to my channel real quick, subscribe, and then come back here.
You understand? You understand?
Go to my channel, Long with Farms, subscribe right now, then come right back here. I need those numbers up. Don't forget to like, share, donate.
You understand me? Shout out to our brother Juan J. John. Listen, we got a couple family members just checked into the kitchen. Salute to our brother Twiz and salute to Sister Black Rose just checking into the community kitchen. It's going down, ladies and gentlemen.
Brother
salute
Chef, you got that cook
in the building.
Brother Chef, you got that cook up that I got in the back channel?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, let me bring this the D9 stuff you sent me. This is a lot. Wow, this is a lot.
Okay. Chef, let me ask you. Did I send you that article on the 8-year-old girl that shot the pedophile at the school in Detroit and killed her?
No, send it to me now. I'll load it up.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna send that to you. Oh, praise God.
It's a lot going on, but salute to Twitch. Let me go through a few of the people that done checked in now. The panel is live and in full effect right now. It's a full house in here. Let me go. Twiz, what it look like, man? What it look like? Sunny skies over there in the West Coast, man. What it talking about? What?
Yes, indeed. What's up with the gentleman? How everybody doing, man? First and foremost, Dr. Short. How you feeling, young man? How you doing, man?
I'm white, and you?
Hey, if I complain, nobody will
That's the
listen.
best
So, hey,
condition.
that's why I'm putting you
Best
out first. You
condition
know
to
what I'm saying? Yes, indeed. So, I'm just tapping in and I'm just getting in. So, I'm just going to fall back and listen so I can catch up, man.
Yeah,
And
okay.
Dr. Short, keep cooking, Dr. Short, because I like what you're talking about. I'm
Yes,
just sitting here
indeed.
watching Fox News, watching Kamala plagiarize herself, saying the same speech she did in Wisconsin and in
Yes,
Michigan. She
indeed.
said the same exact speech in 2 different cities. So,
Mm.
it's good right now. So, hey, y'all. Shout
Yes,
out to the room. Shout out to the wolf. Woo! And all the family, man. You understand?
yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Sister Black, salute the brother Twiz in the building, man. Sister Black Rose, what it look like, sis? Are you up to speed? What's happening with you? Sister Black Rose, are you there, sis? Okay, she might be on a froze time. Let me go to my brother Negro. Matter of fact, let me go to Coke. Brother Coke. Let me go to Coke. Let's go to Coke Sharpton real quick. Brother Coke, man, listen. They said you was out there sliding with them AKAs, and that was some of the steps that you taught them, sir. So I don't know what say you, brother Coke? Are you teaching this AKA stroll? Is that your stroll, sir?
No, see, look, you can't trust these soiree. You can't trust these soiree grooves. You can't
Okay.
trust these soiree grooves. I ain't even gonna call them Negroes. I don't know if they even are. You understand? I'm trying to figure out what happened between when the HBCUs are starting to come about, and a lot of folks don't know they started off. A lot of them started off generally as seminary schools. Salute to Brother Juan. They started off as seminary schools. You go there, go to school, and you got to go to school to become a pastor. Now, you feel me? Really interesting times. While what the dominant society was doing, they setting up schooling that has to do with agriculture. So, like a lot of the colleges started off with the agriculture. They basically tried to get them pink toes to learn how to plant stuff for free, and they still couldn't bear that heat out there in that sun. So a lot of schools today, they based off of agriculture, but they're not agricultural schools. A lot of HBCUs are based off of seminary schools. Shout out to Howard. But they're not seminary schools today. So between that time of around the Civil War till maybe the turn of the century, how did it go from teaching someone to preach to teaching someone to ski weed? And if I had to point the finger, I had to point at them Alpha Phi Alphas, Incorporated, 1905, and them AKAs, 1907. A couple of years later, and they're the ones that started with all this Sphinx and Africa stuff and everything, and all pan Hellenic. But what's interesting about it is they're not even part of the group. How you gonna be Boule and lock out your own people? And the only reason why you even exist is because they wouldn't let you in the Pan Hellenic committee. Now, that's the funny thing. You got the PHC, and then you got the it's like PHNC. And it's just they're both the Pan Hellenic organizations, but one is Pan Hellenic, and that's the one for you niggas over. Y'all in the Pan Hellenic. You make the D9, but you will not be allowed to get up in here to this upper echelon of this Greek Pan god. You feel me? And then the Pan god's still panning on both sides of it, and they got to create their own D9. And the thing that I don't like is they start off with the word Negro. Alpha Phi Alpha started off with Negro. It was for Negro men. And then around the night, 30 years later, they start chopping off the Negro. And then it becomes for all men. There's that Pan god. There's that fluting. Y'all dig into that Pan god. I just want to leave it as we watch these pan cheerleading squads, because that's all I hear when I just we all that loud noise. Look up the pan guy. Pan guy did all that stuff. Random sounds in the forest, hazings. You understand me? Rolling around with a few flute. Always got to have music. That's the way that you indoctrinate people's brains. That and the pan gods for all. But they still never let these folk, these boule, up in the main pan Hellenic group. You know, it's almost like how somebody mentioned the Masons before. You know, with the Prince. Yeah, that's a whole nother story. That's another podcast. But the thing is, though, fellas, is that they're doing this boule stuff, and you not even part of that in crowd over there. Those other 26 Greek letters and all pink toe sororities and fraternities and all of that stuff. You still not even part of the in group. How you gonna out group your own people and you're not even in the in group?
Brother Coke, but one of my biggest challenges is how are you going to be the top 10% of the Black collective, right? And you stand on the sideline and watch other people practice benign neglect policies towards our people. Right. If you are the brainchild, if you are the brainchild of our people, how do you stand back for decades and watch everybody else get resources? And you're supposed to be the smartest of us all, the most talented of us all. And you watch, not just watch, you advocate for everybody but your own people.
Well,
and
you know what?
Not treason. I don't know what to say it is, man.
Well, hold on, brother Juan. I think that what we're messing up doing is we approaching it from a sane side of the people. We might have to hold this L. We might have to hold this pinky, brother Juan, because who's to say that they look at us like their people? Isn't that the whole point? Isn't that the whole point of more segregation while you pushing desegregation? Martin Luther King, shout out to that, Alpha Phi Alpha.
This brother's telling the truth, brother Juan.
Yeah.
I'll just tell you a true story. Years ago, about 25 years ago, I was on the board of trustees at Howard. I just barely won running. I ran against the Greek the second time, but before the people told me, we like you. You do everything right for Black people. You stand up. You're not corruptible. You're not hurting no sisters. You ain't sissy chip. You do everything right, but you know what? You're not one of us. We can't support you. It doesn't matter how good or how decent or how committed. You didn't join us, so we don't back you. And this happens all over the country when people run for office or whatever. They can't get any help to go out because they didn't pledge. And yet when you do pledge, they still don't back any activity most of the time, which means that the most popular person in the frat is the person that drinks the most, fights the most, horse. So the most depraved, despicable person, that's the person, like what you see in hip hop and rap and these ratchet holes. The same thing exists in the frats. And those are the people that rise to the top. The mediocre, degenerate, nasty, vile, and foul people. That's what we get. That's the leadership we got. And therefore, they don't see us. In fact, they separate the world into Greek and non-Greek. And you need to know all these Greek letter organizations are full of Africans and Caribbeans and tethers. And I had an Alpha Phi Alpha from Ghana named Kwabena tell me to my face in a room full of people, Black Americans have no culture. And they let him say this because he had crossed over and become Greek. They were on his side against mine, saying that Black people had a culture.
Well,
their letters come before race. They hate us. And the only way that we'll fight them, we have to revile and reject and give those folk hell until people realize it's not cool. It's not pretty to betray your people and God. You're on the wrong side. And that's why when we had a movement as a people, you did not have this Greek stuff. When Black people began to fall by the wayside. The Greek letter groups exploded in the early 80s. We haven't made a damn step forward since they've come back to the fore. They have to be driven from the center, from leadership of that people, or we're dead.
Well,
They
check
don't
this. I
care.
wanna. Well, check this out, brother Doctor Short and the gentleman. I got my sister Black Rose on this in the kitchen right now. Sister Black Rose, I want to hear your perspective on this here. We a lot of slipping and sliding, a lot of ski, a lot of banshee yelling, you know. And I really want to hear from you. A lot of times they don't like to hear too many men talk, even in Pat talk. So let's hear from you. So what's your perspective on these as far as I'm concerned, diabolical, treasonous women, as far as I'm concerned?
Mm. Well, first of all, I'd like to say good evening, gentlemen. I love being in the presence of some beautiful black brothers. I'm not like some of these other women that out here hating on men. I love all of you.
Mm.
And
Thank
honestly, I am not of the Greek letter organizations, none of them. And I am not voting for Kamala Harris. This is a black woman that wouldn't even think about, not even when she was running for president 4 years ago and lost miserably. She let a little Hawaiian, Tulsi Gilbert, shut her down. So, no, absolutely not. Kamala Harris, can't stand her, never have liked her. Um, I hope that Matrice Richardson's family will come out and start speaking on Kamala Harris because we need everybody to speak up about how this tramp, traitor, trickster, cosplaying trickster, that's what I call her. Everybody needs to come out and speak on her. She's a
Mm-hmm.
joke. She's terrible, but she's dangerous.
Mm.
you.
And the
Mm.
only reason why she is being promoted is because she's going to push this gay, transgender, and killing babies when they darn near up and ready to walk around in a diaper.
Come on.
And it's disgusting. And I have friends that are Christians, and they are still willing to vote for this, although they will sit here and say,
Oh
"Well, I'm
no, sis.
against that. I'm against
Say it
that.
ain't
I'm
so,
against
sis.
that."
The Christians. The come on.
Hmm. Yeah. And they said, "Oh well, I'm against abortion. Oh well, I'm against that. Oh well, Okay, well then, why are you supporting this person? Why
Come
do
on.
you want to vote? Well, I just can't vote for Trump because he's a racist. Like he
Mm.
the first racist president we ever had.
Come on.
And
Obama was
who
a bigot, man.
cares? Who cares? I don't care. And then when you even hit them with facts about what Trump has done in terms of helping black people over the years, it's a reason why all these black rappers have always mentioned Trump in their songs. It's the reason why you see all of these pictures with Al Sharpton. I see somebody has a Al Sharpton picture up. You see pictures with Trump and Al Sharpton, Trump and this person, Trump and Rosa Parks. Trump. He's always been amongst us. I don't care about that old ass man being racist.
Mm.
It means absolutely nothing to me. But Barack Obama didn't like black people.
Say it again, sis.
I said Barack Obama didn't like black people.
Cook.
So why am I going to hold that one little aspect of Trump's personality against him when I can align myself with everything else that he's trying to do in terms of another thing, keeping all these darn illegals out of here. I live down here in Texas, so we've been dealing with these illegals down here, and I'm
Mm.
so thankful for my governor, Governor Abbott. I don't care what anybody say. Of course, I don't agree with everything about him as well. But one thing about it, he keeping those illegals out of here, and it is not fair. Like I keep saying, how can a criminal come from out of the jails of Venezuela and
Mm.
come here and have down payment on housing, free transportation, free daycare, free food, free college tuition? And none of our veterans or senior citizens or just plain simple people in need can receive these types of resources. So that's why they're going to continue to promote Kamala Harris because she's a dirty tramp, coochie K bitch. Excuse my
There you go.
language. And they're
Cook.
gonna
No,
promote
cook.
her
Cook.
because that's what she's about. She's a puppet, and they know that they can control her, and she hates black people. So
Mm.
all
Come
of
on.
this stuff about, oh well, you know, she's black, she's black. Give me a break. Yeah, even if she was black, I don't care. She could be as black as Maxine Waters. I
Mm.
still don't like her.
Cool.
Period.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Now, see, listen, see, this is hold on. Where the sounds is at? I need sound.
You need some sound. Yeah.
This is what we love. We like the sisters to come through and talk that shit. You
Mhm.
understand? You know, we
And you know what? You
listen.
know what we're gonna do, Black Rose? You and I are gonna get Maxine Water a wig for her face. That's the wig she really needs.
Oh my
Right.
goodness.
No, I like what you said, Sister Black Rose, because again, uh, you know, I don't know where this magical track record of Kamala being progressive when it comes to the matters of black people, black Americans more
Mhm.
specifically. Uh this made up fallacy. This is such a jigged up fucking a record that this lady has that everybody's toting around. Listen, ask all of the folks that she had out there fighting those damn fires in
Fires.
California.
That's right. That's right. She held those prisoners in beyond their release date just so they can go out there and continue fighting those fires. And then the other layer to that, brothers, is by her doing that, that impacted the firefighters, the actual working firefighters, because they couldn't get their raises, they couldn't
Mm.
have decent benefits because you have the competition of the cheap labor of the prisoners coming out there. So California said, why do we need to give you a raise? Why do we need to increase your benefits when we can just have
That's
them
called
come over here and
union
fight for us?
busting. That's called
Exactly.
that's called union busting, and it shows that she's against working men, except for those
Mhm.
that pay her for services.
That's right. That's
Mm.
right.
She's a hoe. She will always be a hoe. I call her come swallow.
Come
Right.
swallow.
And this guy she's running with, he looks like he's a pedophile, guys. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Something about how he moves his jaws.
Mm.
And
Ooh.
so and look at that little son he has. His son looks troubled. I look at that as a preacher's kid. I look at your kids. I need to
Mm.
look at you. I can figure out you who you are. If your kids are jacked up, and it's the
Mm.
same way Kamala Harris's daughter that looks like Harry Potter on LSD,
Mm.
uh, and she's all tall and hunchback, like they
Mhm.
got bad posture, like they got early onset osteoporosis. Let me
Mm.
just say to you, I wonder
Hold
if
on, hold on,
Imhotep is
gentlemen.
hitting that up, man. I
Hold on. Let
wonder
me
if
bring
Daddy is the
everybody up to
top.
speed. Let me bring everybody up to speed then, since we on Kamala. Uh, listen, she went on a little tirade the other day in Detroit. Right now, ever since this came out, I saw a bunch of booty clapping. Yeah, sis, that's she black. Look at the way she snap her neck back. Let's check this out, y'all. Peep this.
To end the Affordable Care Act. You know what? If you want Donald Trump to win, then say that. Otherwise, I'm speaking.
Mmm, spicy.
No, I think that they coached those people just like they had the homeless people show up at her first rally. They gave them food and such. And the minute Megan the Stallion stopped popping their pussy, they made it for the exit.
Sure
This
did.
is garbage. You can't. I'm sorry. That's some fake Howard stuff. It's useless. She's trying to act like a tough ghetto
There you
bitch.
go.
She
There you
is
go.
nothing
Come
but
on.
a cosplaying Hindu hater. They don't like
Mm.
us. And you know
Mhm.
what? The black women who wish that they were her complexion with her hair, which is naturally black, that she puts brown so she doesn't look like she's Indian, she's fooling. And for all the old black dudes, old folk with dried up prostates, I was at a Congressional Black Caucus event, and these old Negroes were just moaning and groaning in their drawers over Kamala Harris. It was so sad. I had to get up and walk. I had to get out of the banquet hall. I couldn't handle it. All of these black men lusting over. She could handle everybody. She could have taken on everybody and get her appointment book out. But it's beside the point. Are we that cheap for some used up Southwest Asian pussy that we betray our people for a mess of Hindu sexual pottage? Damn, black men. If your dick is that important, you should cut that fucker off because it's in the way of our survival.
Doc, I just posted in the chat, the private, on my chat that, she's actually leading the campaign to undermine the Freedmen's Bank.
Oh, I got you. Ooh, Brother Juan, I got you, sir.
That belongs exclusively to Black Americans.
Yes, indeed.
Exceptional Black Americans. Because I say all Black Americans are exceptional, even the ones who are drugged out. I mean, we all have the filth of the filth and the bad in our communities. But at the end of the day, Black Americans are exceptional. But when I read that White House piece and how she's attached minorities, people of color to our bank, the Freedmen's Bank in 1865, man, I can't find words.
Would you mind if I had a couple? No, I'll go ahead, Roland.
Yeah, I wanted to weigh in on that. One of the things is that he had everybody that was not a Black American, Negro, and etc. at that forum. I watched 5 hours of this, family. I tagged a couple of these fraudmen people about this, saying a year ago, why are you not suing this individual? This woman is, to me, it shows to me that the term freedman is a POC term that anybody has.
Wait a minute. The freedmen are Greeks. The freedmen down here are Greek letter. That bitch Roz in Prince George's County is a Delta. These people are masquerading. There's a little group called Divine Nine for Reparations. It's a subset.
Yeah, I saw that.
A subset of Greeks who know that their larger group is wrong. So they've decided to hijack reparations to avoid the criticism of people like us. It's not because they want reparations for us. They don't want to be called traitor niggers.
That part.
Well, the thing is, they're gonna always be one. Can I go right into some of the colorism things that we could talk about here, and the reason why these other melanated people from the diaspora acquiesce to their system, because they perpetuate colorism in their communities, right? The D9 system is built on colorism, family. Even from the slave masters and the descendants of those children that goes to those universities, all the way to the D9 structure itself is built on colorism. The paper bag test. Very anti-Black, anti-Negro behaviors that are being perpetuated here. And you see why these other, I'll say, people from the diaspora, these foreign flag terrorists, have negative views towards our community. They harbor these sentiments while they're in these top positions. And we know that when these people are in these top positions, they're catered to some of these frats and sororities. So they're picking up this type of anti-Black. They need to be sued for genocide. That's what we need to be going at. You're a perpetuator of genocide. Like, we need to tack them up next to the damn Klan when it comes to these lawsuits. That's where I'm alluding to, family. Because they know exactly what they're doing and they don't care.
Well, I want to hear from Brother Coke. Salute the brother, brother Negro. I'm gonna bring that receipt up for you, man. Yeah, brother Coke, man. What were you saying about that? You started to get into something, man. You got the flow, Coke. Let's see, it's brother Coke there. Coke, are you in the building, sir? That just sound crazy.
Yeah, I'm here. I just had to bring up my receipt. Yeah, pardon me on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, where was we at with that one right there? The AKAs, where them alphas at? Uh-huh. Yeah. Let me look it up. Negro.
Hold on.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah. So basically, what's going on here that I noticed when I was looking up with the, here we go, consolidation and expansion. The fraternity's constitution was adopted and limited to Negro male students in 1906, right? But later on down the line, I want to make sure I get the year right on this one. Right.
It was probably 1965.
In 1940, true to its form as the first, Alpha Phi Alpha sought to end racial discrimination within its membership, because of course, because y'all the racist one, not the Pan-Hellenic, the National Pan-Hellenic Council that still 1940s is still Jim Crow, y'all. They still not letting these frats, these black Greeks and frats up inside of their council. You got to go off and make your own. But you guys are the one that's racist. So the use of the word, quote, Negro, end quote, you hear me, Negro, in the membership clause of the Constitution, which referred to, quote, any Negro male student, would be changed to read, quote, any male student, end quote. See, listen, y'all. That is paper ethnocide of the Negro ethnicity. I'm gonna just put that right out there. It's the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity that was responsible for the initial paper ethnocide of even the concept Negro. Now we the racist ones. Let's get this Negro stuff off of here. They're the ones that bought that Sphinx and the pyramids and the burning sands from Africa, all the way over to here. And to see, the thing is, what I'm learning with this Kamala, to bring it back to Kamala, she is, hey, here's your intersectionality, y'all. She's the intersection of pan-Hellenic, pansexual, and pan-Africanism. And this pan that's at the root of all of this bullshit. Telling y'all, watch that pan demon. Watch that pan demon. Yeah. Get them all in line, play the music, get them all stepping in line, dancing around with each other. And all you really doing at the end of the day is a circle jerk. So I want to ask the panel myself.
Hold on, brother Coke. Let me give everybody the context that they need. Let me give everybody the context that we're alluding to here. Because
Hey, brother Chef, you see the colorism quotes that I got from the thing about the AKs and the different ones? You can read them in between of what you're showing, because it shows the nature of how they're rolling, how they're anti-Black American, anti-Negro.
Okay.
You get what I'm going at?
Actually, hey, Chef, you don't mind, I'd like to know from the Negro on the panel. Did you, two-part question? Did you know that they had scrubbed the word Negro? It started off for Negro males, and of course, you know that.
Yeah, I was aware of that. But the crazy thing is that they're not the only organization that scrubbed Negro off. The NAACP, Urban League, all these guys scrubbed Negro off their out of their charter. A lot of them did that so they can be in compliance to gain other membership. One of the articles that I have posted up in the chat is pushing the white line. You got white people in these frats and sororities, right?
Exactly.
That are historically Black. The thing is, I don't see pushing a thin Black line in these white frats. Like, let's really break this down here, just from pound for pound, and the discrimination that they have applied to their organizations has harmed. They should be losing their charter, because they They gone against the core principles of why they were incepted in the first place. That's something that needs to be argued in a court of law. I can't wait to get my law license because some of these guys do need to be taken to work, legally, and they need to be disarmed, dismantled, and no longer having resources allocated to them, because these are one of the building blocks that are stepping away from us from building our own nation. See, these guys, these Greek people are telling us they have their own nation. They have their own Greek god. Remember, I told you, ancestors, bloodline, creator, and God are the things that divide us. They have already divided us from the greater nation of our people. Why do we have them here? Why do we even give them any credence and credibility? That's something that we need to build up, and we need to have some ethnic and cultural self-esteem so we can get ourselves up out of this situation.
Hey, Ro, watch this. If they would have left that Negro on the paperwork, Kamala wouldn't exist as an AKA.
Facts.
Wait
that up, Juan.
Jesse Jackson might not even be involved. He is a card-carrying Native American. Like, this thing can get really kind of deep. JJB, Judge Joe Brown. There's a whole list of these people that wouldn't make the cut, man.
Farrakhan.
See, man. Like,
y'all gonna get the program. Y'all gonna get the program blown up, man.
No, but look again. Watch this. I think we don't really appreciate that word Negro, because nobody outside this country who come to America don't want to be identified as a Negro. Let's keep it 100. Man.
Listen. Let me throw some receipts. I got a receipt that everybody got to hear. You got to hear this receipt. You got to hear this. Let me share this. Fair use, ladies and gentlemen. Fair use. Okay. Fair use.
Good afternoon. Please have a seat. Good afternoon. And to our incredible Secretary, Janet Yellen, thank you for welcoming us. Thank you for hosting us. And thank you for your partnership. I think many of you here have worked with our Secretary, with Janet Yellen, over the years, and you know that she's an extraordinary fighter.
That's his wish.
Been an extraordinary partner.
Man, that ain't a Black American's hand sign language.
Hold on. Let her get it off.
All people in our nation have the ability and the capacity to realize their dreams, and that access to capital will not be a barrier to those achievements. So thank you, Secretary Yellen, and everyone here. This is a room full of leaders. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon. So I will begin with some history, which I think is familiar with many people in this room, but there are many who are not familiar.
Please pay attention to the bullshit history. Actually, listen. Just pay attention to the way she finesse the words, ladies and gentlemen. How she cloaks things. This is how shit goes up under the radar, and we don't peep it. All right, just she's gonna give you some. She's gonna give you some real shit, chased by some bullshit. You got to be able to peep it when she does it. All right, let's play this. Let's play it.
Familiar with the history of Freedmen's Bank. So Freedmen's Savings Bank was founded by the United States Congress in 1865. It was a bank unlike any other our nation had known. Freedmen's Bank was established to serve Black Americans newly freed from slavery, to help.
To serve. Lock that in y'all head, y'all. This is part of the authenticity and accuracy, right? That then gets swept under by bullshit. I just want y'all to pay attention. Black Americans, she's telling you the truth right now.
The Negro.
That's right. She's telling you the truth. But be able to peep out. She just told you what it was made for, who it specifically was made for. Do not let that pass, family. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe, and let's get into this.
Them build wealth and to build a better future. At Freedman's, to open a savings account, you just needed 5 cents, which, as I've calculated, is about $1 today. In the years after its founding, tens of thousands of Black families opened an account at Freedman's. They saved up to buy a farm, to build a home, to open a business. Even school children saved their pocket money to deposit it in this institution. And then 9 years later, after the bank first opened its doors, because of an economic downturn and because of the organized assault on the project of Reconstruction, Freedman's Bank was forced to close. Over 60,000 people lost their savings. Now, Freedman's Bank was guided by a vision. The vision of an economy that works for all Americans.
Stop right fucking there. Can we stop right there, ladies and gentlemen?
There's that pan.
No, that's that all lives matter. Put her in the same MAGA crowd, family.
That's what pan means in Greek. All.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we stop right there? I told y'all, do not be fooled by the trick language, tricknology. Come on, Sister Star. The pivot was crazy. Gave you all the back history and everything. Gave you it all. Soften you up to get you up out the way.
The eraser. She beginning to erase our history.
Just get you up out of here.
Yeah.
All lives matter. You real quick. Let's play some more now. Let's play some more.
And includes all Americans.
No, it wasn't for that.
Y'all still want, some of y'all still out here advocating for this Freedman's Bank. Some folks are still out here advocating for this Freedman's Bank. You can't have it no more. You can't have it. It didn't work the first time for other reasons. But you damn sure can't have it now. Kamala just took it and gave it to all others. Gave it to the others. Let's play some more. This ain't.
And what they're gonna do with that Freedman title? They're gonna give it to everybody with that reparations.
Well, hold on, brother Negro. We just don't want folks to miss it, right? Because she gave you, ladies and gentlemen, she gave you 2 to 3 minutes of some actual factuals. I can't even take it away. But then is when you start seeing the trick language, the trigonometry on niggas. And folks just let it slide because they didn't pay attention to it. Let's go.
The vision of a nation in which all people have access to the financial resources they need.
So she's using vision. That vision, y'all got to keep hearing that shit. That's the pivot, right? To usher in the fuckery, the quote unquote with one vision. Yeah, right. Let's play some more.
To succeed, to thrive, and to determine their own future. Truly at the heart.
Now, what I want to say, family, before we continue, also pay attention when she then circles back to Black. And why? The question is for y'all to say, why does she circle back at this time of her little speech? Understand.
Part of that bank was the concept of self-determination. Over a century and a half later, in communities across our nation, that vision remains unrealized. Consider, today, Black entrepreneurs are 3 times more likely to report that they did not apply for a loan.
Did y'all peep it? Please tell me if you're in the community kitchen chat, show me a saute pan or one something. Show me y'all saw that. You gotta understand,
I'm a chameleon, yeah. That's what she is. She's
bro.
flipping and flopping, bro.
This is amazing. Y'all want to know how to do politics? Dirty, filthy, diabolical politics? You watch this deviant whore, okay, of Babylon.
Don't the native people say they fork tongue? Fork tongue.
Let's play some more of this.
For fear of being turned away by a bank, often anecdotally because they heard about that experience from friends and relatives. Today, Black and Latino homeowners are rejected.
Black and Latino.
Oh
Whoa,
my
whoa, whoa,
God.
whoa.
Hold up. Slow this shit down.
Whoa. Look at that on the screen. Today, Black and Latino. Whoa. Hold on. Where did Latino come from?
I thought they ain't black. I thought Sammy Sosa said me not black. I'm Dominican.
But
Today,
that's how you crowbar. But this is how you crowbar attach our history to them. This was not about no entrepreneurs.
Come on.
This bank dealt with families who put their hard-earned money inside a bank that failed them.
Come on.
This was not entrepreneurs in black and brown. This is why I can't get with her, because she's disingenuous. And I can't get with the folks who support her because they are disingenuous.
Come on, cook.
And it's almost like they don't mind selling out our people for one person while everybody else died. Man, that's why I say I'm so ready for the carcasses. It ain't even funny.
Come on.
Yo, I want to point out something, family, that's even crazier. Is that she was allowed to operate like that whole forum and everything. She said that I saw the people who made their contributions to that bank, right? If she's getting any restitution and repair for those people, no, she's not. She's not going to do anything specifically for black people. No.
There you go. Yeah.
So that's the point that I wanted to highlight here. But yet still, when it comes to our bank, she wants to give it to everybody. And I have a strong issue with the people that's underneath this Freedman's banner thing. Why are you guys not mobilized? Why are you not trying to stop Kamala Harris from running? Y'all should be the prime and we're in charge on this issue. Like, I'm very disappointed in them because they knew about this for about a year or so, family. I called them out then about it, and you know I'm the most hated guy on the Twitter street sometimes.
But
this, and it is. Yep, go ahead, brother.
This is why I don't have. Let me say this right. This is why you don't leave the salvation of your people in the hands of historians.
Come on with that.
Historians study and they do research, but historians ain't fighting.
Come on, God dog it.
I love Dr. Clark. I love Dr. Ben. I love Amos Wilson. I love Francis Krause Wilson. I love Chancellor Williams. I love even the Diops. I study these guys and these women. Jesse McDade, Tom Porter. I mean, just a rack of just solid Ivan Van Sertima, Jawanza Kafuchi, you name it. But they were historians. And the problem with our community was we left the salvation of our people in the hands of historians, not warriors like myself. Okay? Come on. Now the warrior class is rising up and realizing we thank you for your contribution. You did all you could. Now we're going to mix some history with some fistery. Because right now, where are the freedmen's who are responsible for protecting the legacy of the Freedmen Bank for exceptional Black Americans?
Cook, goddamn, cook.
There ain't been no pushback. Again, thank you, historians. You did a good job. But we should have never left the preservation, the salvation, and even the direction in the hands of historians. And I mean that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Juan J. Johnson, Lone Wolf Firearms. Damn it. Listen.
See,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
with this Freedmen's Bank, so what I wonder if she talks about it in this, I wonder if she mentions well, she's the modern day General Howard. She's the modern day Oliver Otis Howard. That's that same Howard that did that march. I mean that the scorched earth from Mississippi to Savannah with the march to the that's Sherman. Pardon me. Howard was a general in the Civil War. However, it is also he's also the general that Howard University is named after. Oh yeah, they got his alabaster bust sitting up there right in the center courtyard, and the kids got to roll by and rub his chest for good luck. Rub that white man chest for good luck and all of that stuff. That's the Howard that we talk about, y'all. The historically black college that's named after a general. Now, why I call her the modern day Howard is because Howard also was the chairman and responsible for the Freedmen's Bureau, which is what the Freedmen Bank fell under. It was Howard that had full responsibility for, we're gonna give y'all reparations and education at this good Howard University that's named after me. But what you're gonna do, what your kinfolk gonna do is deposit their money into this bank. And then what we're gonna do on the slide is I'm just gonna leave the bank open at nighttime. I'm gonna let all of my cronies and my Wall Street guys and all of that, I'm gonna let them come down here. We're gonna take that money and pump it into the railroad systems.
Right.
So for all y'all that the Gilded Ages and the Carnegies and all of that stuff, yes, the Freedmen's Bank funded the Gilded Age.
Wait, Coke. You forget one thing. They rented out our people.
Exactly.
They rented out our people for cheap. So we couldn't even unionize. See, that's the backstory that these freedmen busters don't want to talk about, and the reason why I be running them down sometimes from a historical perspective, because they're perpetuating a losing strategy.
Well, gentlemen, let me go to my sister Black Rose. She's still on in the kitchen. Sis, talk to me about your observation of this. What's your interpretation of what's happened thus far? See, my sister Rose is in there. Sister Black Rose, you still in the kitchen, sis?
Yes, I'm still in the kitchen.
Okay, yeah. Talk to me about your observation of this debauchery thus far. What are you seeing here?
In terms of,
well, when it comes to, well, there you go. Go ahead.
No, I was saying it's so much. What in specifically? Sure.
Well, specifically, well, first and foremost, let's go to the tricknology right here. This the switcheroony she pulled. And here's what stands out to me, Sister Black Rose. Delivery makes you a blind bandit, right? And she's coming off very caring, genuine. Look at her posture. While at the same time knowing that she's completely erasing a whole population of people.
Oh yes. Mm-hmm.
It is diabolical at the bare minimum.
Absolutely. For her to stand there, like you said, as if she's this angelic being that's really pulling off something wonderful and beautiful. Again, it goes back to her being a trickster.
Come on.
She's a chameleon. She's a trickster. She is diabolical, and what she's doing is insidious. And this woman, we need to run her off the streets. She should never be able to make it
Yeah, yeah,
anywhere
yeah,
near the
yeah,
White
yeah.
House.
Come on. Yeah, yeah.
No one voted for her. No one voted for you, woman. You didn't win anything. And suddenly she's being propelled into this position. And it's insanity. And all of these people, I was listening to you brothers, I believe it was Dr. Short speaking on the colorism. And we discussed this before. A lot of these women, they're voting for Kamala Harris because she's Divine Nine, aka blah blah blah. And a lot of them that are not even Greek letters, let's be honest, guys. I told someone this. I'm a black woman. Take it from me. A lot of these women, they don't even remember Kamala running 4 years ago. They don't even remember. They act like she just popped up and she's the best thing since sliced bread all of a sudden. And they like Kamala Harris because she looks pretty. Oh, I love her skin tone, her hair. And
Diabolical.
as simplistic as it sounds, that's how simple the minds of so many of the black women are out here though.
Come
That's
on.
that's all they care about. She looks
Mm,
pretty. I like her hair. She seems like she's fun, a
mm,
fun girl, and all of this. They couldn't tell you anything about her record as a district attorney, an AG, or in the Senate.
mm.
All they
Wait,
care about is she's my Sora, or she's a black woman. Why you saying she's not black? Yes, she is. I mean, they want to argue us down. She a black woman. Yes, she's sister. Yeah. I'm not gonna turn her. I'm gonna vote for her. I don't care. I vote for Biden if he dead. I don't care. I vote for
Mm,
her anyway. They don't. I mean, this is what these people are saying.
mm.
And
hold,
she's
hold on,
being
Sister
put in that
Buckaroo.
position to do exactly what she's doing. Take everything from us and try to destroy us as much as she possibly could. I'd rather see W in office than her.
Mm.
Let me play devil's advocate.
Oh,
The devil don't need no advocate.
come on.
Well, Kamala, I kind of respect her.
Oh God, hold on. Give me my damn sound now. Here.
Come on, break it down. Break it down, brother. Tell us how you respect her. I want to hear it.
Because she has done what other women wish they could have done.
What?
She-
Thought her way to the top?
if she if she's at the top because she thought it, she's there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
I know. I know.
And a lot of women who've been thoughting have gotten nothing out of it.
Nothing. Exactly. Exactly.
And
Exactly.
that's the
That's
silent
like you can
conversation
sound
with the
like
sisters is, you look at her.
brother.
She's
Brother, you
accomplished.
you you speaking. Hey, look, bars. You speaking the truth, and that is
Yeah.
how a lot of women do feel. A lot of women like, well, damn, hell, I could have just started my way on to the vice presidency and to the presidency. If that's the case,
Sister
So,
Black Rose. That's what they said.
I'm just
brother,
telling you. I'm telling you.
Kamala Harris has given women of all nationalities a blueprint, whether you like it
Mm.
or not. She's giving you a blueprint to the top.
Damn.
You
Okay.
That's
telling the truth, though, brother. You telling the truth.
a
Okay.
bust down blueprint. That's a fact.
And so black women, and I keep saying black exceptional women or black exceptional men, or just black Americans, foundational aid, or whatever you call us.
Mm-hmm.
We're exceptional, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she was able to ride, study us enough, and find a way to get to the top.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
hmm On the backs, while on her back.
Hey,
Mm.
hey, hey, check this out, y'all. Check this out. And it's interesting that she is the one who presents her bush a thing called the Lift Act.
hmm
She's the progenitor of the Lift Act because she been lifting them legs
Oh.
her whole life.
No,
Oh my
Chef,
goodness.
you gotta get it right. Don't forget that pan is to lift all out.
Look,
Mm, mm.
I'm on the record right now. I'm not mad at Kamala for using her skills to get to where she needs to be.
Oh, come on,
Because
boy.
watch this, you can't get to this level without having tough skin. I mean, she knows not just nationally she's been attacked, globally she's been attacked. And what does she do? She's staying 10 toes down on what she did, and she has not apologized. And she got a whole flank, a whole Sora, a whole brigade of sisters got her back. Man, you can't, man.
Yeah, she got a whole brigade of bust downs ready to go.
Not just ready to go, not just ready to go, holding their significant others
Hostage.
hijacked,
Yeah.
threatening to end relationships.
Yeah.
Man, whew.
No bucket,
This is a case study right here
Yes, it is.
no bucket, no vote, huh?
on
Yeah.
how to keep rising to the top. Give it all you got, Kamala.
Give it all you got. Give it all you got.
Listen, let me play the rest of this here. This is crazy. Now, let me play the rest of this track here. Y'all gonna understand something. Listen, I mean, honestly, that that tandoori pot, that clay pot hit very different over there. It ain't like this American pot.
They're gonna
You
have
know?
black women washing their collard greens in the bathtub, man. I can't believe this.
Man, listen, let me play this track, man. This is it's crazy.
By traditional financial institutions at a higher rate when applying for home loans. And this is the case even when they have credit profiles similar to other applicants. Today, many immigrant business owners, including some Asian American business owners, face language barriers that limit their ability to access capital and banking services. And people who live in rural areas, including many Native Americans, often lack access to traditional financial services of any kind.
She people of color the shit out of this thing. She went Asian, Native American. She running it up.
Yo,
That's crazy.
What's the
that
difference?
guy that guy doing the sign language, he got to be a tether. Because how can you, as a Black American, be sign language in this shit and not be like trying to switch up that like? I'll be feeling some type of way. I'm sorry, family. Like, am I speaking out of turn about this?
No,
No,
hey,
listen.
no, Roland. I feel, man. As I'm watching this, I'm like, my weak eye is twitching. You understand what I'm saying? But then I'm understanding what Juan's saying. Is, you know what, man? If them freedmen like it, I gotta love it. I mean, because I don't listen. I don't need to even identify with that. What she's doing, y'all. You see that freedman sign behind her head? You see that freedman? What she's doing is she's taking the D off of that freedman and just making it Freeman. There's a very unique nuance between that freedman and freeman. See, with the freedman, you must have come from a status of slavery. That's what the D stands for, the past tense. Now, free men, that can be gosh, yeah, that can be anything. I mean, it was people from Europe coming over here, freemen. It was free people of color. It was indigenous people who were now being classified on the census. Shout out to my great grandmama Frances Freeman. You understand what I'm saying? Is people when they find them on the census, oh, you getting on the census right there? We don't know what you are. We'll just label you as freeman, give you the last name. But if you did not come out of slavery, then that freedman. See, that's the thing, is that just adding all these all lives matter to the situation, that D is the most important letter out of that entire word.
Come on. Well, let me do this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's play some more of this so we can get some understanding. You know, she definitely ran the jukes right in front of niggas. I mean, listen, let me go ahead and second Brother Wolf before I play this. Okay. Kamala came out the gate and told niggas she not doing nothing specifically for us. Then she spun back around and said, listen, okay, I heard this was specifically for y'all, but you know what? We're gonna make this an all lives environment. This is gonna be a people of color bank now. And what? It's people of color now. That's the Lift Act.
But she had her people first, though, Chef. She said, who would she say first?
Asians.
See, a lot of people, they crash out on that Indian. Indian is their ethnicity. Asians would be actually the race. There's no such race as Indian.
No, she's running a phenomenal play. Go ahead, Brother Juan. Hold on.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I think what we're missing is she's reimagining America in the image of herself and her people. So we got folks out here talking about America, but we're not reimagining America. We're talking about the trauma and the betrayal. These folks coming here, they're coming and saying, I reimagine America. I keep saying often that there are people who can imagine a world without Black Americans. They can imagine a nation without us. A lot of folks don't want us here, okay? But I can't imagine a world without us. And that's why I speak like I do and say what I say, because she is reimagining America. Just like what Biden said, we need to open the borders wide because y'all need to get along with these folks because that's the future. I've reimagined America, and it comes with checking those folks who've been traitors. Okay.
Well, listen. Let me play some more of this receipt here. This is no, this is just crazy to me. Play this.
So President Biden and I know that for our nation to succeed, these disparities must be spoken of, acknowledged, and addressed. One of the last actions, as you heard Secretary Yellen mentioned, I took as a United States Senator was to team up with Leader Chuck Schumer and Senator Mark Warner and Senator Cory Booker and Chairwoman, Maxine Waters, to invest $12 billion in community lenders, which of course are financial institutions that predominantly do business in overlooked and underserved communities. Last month, I was proud to announce that because of that hard work and the work of many of the leaders in this room, our administration has distributed more than $8 billion of that investment to 162 community lenders across our nation. That is $8 billion on the ground in communities across our nation right now. Let's
pause for a second, y'all. Community lenders. Did y'all miss that? I hope folks listen, the family that's in here, 80 plus in the building. Did y'all catch that? Community lenders.
Hey, Chef, see, let me tap on this one. Again, this is what Oliver Otis, look him up, y'all. Oliver Otis Howard with that Freedmen's Bank, the way and how it crumbled. The United States government started linking up and started giving these barons loans that they can go and exploit their businesses with. And the thing is, they just started defaulting. They was like, whose money is this? Oh, this them niggas over there. Oh, pay you back. And the thing about it is that the actual chairman of the boards were in on it. And so this is the way they were moving around, y'all. The chairman of the boards on the Freedmen's Bank were running around town acting like they had no affiliation with the Freedmen's Bank while being the chairman of the board of the Freedmen's Bank, doing these same loans to all of their friends. And then once they realized, oh, it ain't no more loot left over. See what they were promising the people to keep their money in the bank. Because see, the thing about banks and loans is when you have a debt-based currency like the United States government does, the one thing you got to prevent is the people making a run on the bank. Everybody could, and that's from fractional reserve lending. Everybody cannot go to the bank at the same time. They ain't got your money, y'all. They ain't got your money. And see that the way that they prevented, because people started getting wind that no money was up in the Freedmen's Bank, and they started the United States. This is the reparations claim. The United States government stated Not only do we got your money, y'all, it's backed by the government. We bonded this stuff that was all a lie.
That part. That part.
Hey, can I comment on something? One of the things that you're talking about that I observed is when Kamala Harris keeps hopping around. There's this one book called the Immigration and the Remaking of Black America by Todd G. Hamilton. I posted it up in your chat bubble. This book goes into extensive
Real quick,
detail.
brother Negro, is that the last link you just dropped?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me open that.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it opens up. It has a direct cover about that as well. And shout out to ADOS because they're the ones who I got that book from, and I'm gonna say this book I got like 4 or 5 years ago. Shout out to her for this because it was actually a really good book, just talking about how immigration comes in, and after like the second or third generation, they started to get the same effect as Black American people, quote unquote, meaning that they were getting discriminated against the more that they acquiesced to Black American or Black America, I would say, way of life, like identifying through the culture, name, and such that nature. Now they're getting targeted as such. So that's what I wanted to just bring out there, and just something that we can talk about more because of the effects of the immigration. Also, another book I will reference is Back of the Hiring Line. That's by Roy Beck. I'm not really my gripes is that he doesn't have Dr. Claude Anderson or any of the Black greats in there on a conversation about us. And I don't like when white people talk on our plight without checking in with the experts in our community. So that's just from an intellectual standpoint. He does have valid points, but I just don't like other demographics speaking on our plight, making money off our plight, and not contributing back to our community. That's just my gripe about that, though. That I just wanted to throw out there.
No doubt, brother Negro. Salute to that. Definitely, y'all go check that book out, man. Resources is getting dropped in here. Let's keep going with this though. Let's cook a little bit more on what we need to cook on here. Yeah.
And I'll share with you some of the examples. In North Dakota, Native American Bank lent $10 million to help fund an opioid addiction treatment facility on tribal lands. In Georgia, Carver Bank lent over $500,000 to help Black-owned companies build affordable housing. And in Mississippi, Hope Credit Union, led of course by the great Bill Bynum, lent $10,000 to a Black-owned and woman-owned coffee company to help them expand. And that's just one example of the incredible work that they do there. Since taking office, then I will tell you, I have traveled our nation and spoken with small business owners who have received funds from community lenders. And I have seen what it means in terms of acknowledging, recognizing, and then feeding their ambition and aspiration and creativity, both in terms of their own aptitude and capacity, but also because they are in the best position to understand needs and the capacity of their communities. And I've seen how they use that capital to hire people from the community, to open a new storefront on the main street.
Yo, is that dude a Black American?
Buy inventory from local businesses. The whole community benefits in one way or another, economically, not to mention psychically, from their presence. And at the same time, I have also seen how the great need for capital still remains in our country, meaning how much more work we still have yet to do. You know, I hope and know that everyone here does get the opportunity to travel our country. And from my travels, I will share with you, there are so many people in our country that have incredible dreams, fueled by their ambition, fueled by their aspiration, fueled by seeing what is possible and then going for it. But far too many still lack the resources and the support to make those dreams a reality. And what ends up happening then is these entrepreneurs cannot access capital to start a business. We're talking about families who then cannot access the capital they need to buy a home, students who cannot access capital to get an education because they live in an underserved community, and because often they also do not have the benefit of intergenerational wealth. We need to address this because, again, there is a complete disconnect between their inability to grow and the fact that they are so talented and desirous of doing just that. So let's deal with that disconnect, which we also refer to as disparities, because we see that people in our country are having an experience that is not equal. And that's why we talk about equity, because we recognize not everybody starts out on the same base. They don't start out in the same place, even though they have the
Yo,
same
this woman
God-given
saying this with
capacity.
a smiling face and shit.
So when we talk about the work we are doing here together, it is recognizing that and being guided by this principle of what we must do in the spirit and in the interest of equity. And to do this,
come on now.
One of the aspects of the success we have seen so far is the benefit and the incredible power of public-private partnership.
I see why they kept Don
That's
out.
the trick
And
bag.
yo,
That's
they
the
kept
trick
Don.
bag.
Yo, they kept that woman Don out and that woman Dr. Pam out, man. Because I know that them women would have said something in that room. Oh yes, they would.
Man, she running the same play that General Howard ran, man. She running the same exact play. This is just nonsense. When I sit and listen to, oh my gosh, that lift all boats up thing and all of that stuff that's going on. Like,
The mega play.
I want to know the brother that's sign languaging. Is he a Negro or Black American person? I'm standing on that because I just can't say in a heart of hearts that I could be sign languaging this crap right here. Like I would be really like, I'll be looking at her funny. I'll be like switching and I don't know. I'll be really feeling some type of way.
Man,
I'm getting Colin Q vibes from the task force with Danny Glover. I'm getting that type of vibe.
Negro, he supports Kamala. I mean, look, she has the whole divine nine on the side. I mean, come on. I mean, you're gonna get some folks who are gonna look like us and sign for her. I mean, but what she's saying is just more. I'm looking at what she's saying and how she's presenting it, and the code word she's coding to her people, not Black Americans. I'm talking about to the Indians, the Asian Pacific Islanders, the minorities, the BIPOC. This is a code for them.
Mm-hmm.
And letting us know, those who can hear, we're going to put you down. We're going to crowbar and hijack your legacy, and there's nothing you can do about it.
That's a fact. That's 10 toes down on people of color ism. That's listen. First and foremost, you can't man, listen. And shout out to Sister Star and the poor whites.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Because the white folks are, man, they have white people prior to COVID were averaging between 50 to 60,000 people dying from fentanyl. They're not having children. Okay. So their numbers are plummeting. Before COVID hit, for 3 years before COVID hit, you heard about the fentanyl crisis that was taking place. When COVID hit, that thing went off the radar, but they still was dying. Right. And then when COVID did hit, they got the fentanyl and the COVID. We don't know how many white folks have been dying. But we do know that the childbirths are low and they are not here. So they're bringing in these folks to replace them. They can say all they want. We would not be replaced. If you're not having children, you're not having babies, you're going to be replaced. Okay? And Black Americans, well, we may be, we're having them, but we're not having them. But it's just, again, man, I see that we're playing catch up and undoing the neglect from our good intentioned elders who wanted to be so multicultural, so well, let's say multicultural, that they lost or they gave up our Black exceptional American identity.
Well, listen, let me say this. And this might hurt a couple feelings, y'all. This might hurt a couple feelings in here. But Black folks, your ancestors started this problem. Your ancestors, my ancestors, started this problem for us. Left us with it. Left us with it. When most folks was thinking that, hey, we was recruiting, because that's initially what it was, you know, recruiting reinforcements to ultimately take on this injustice government here. Okay, but you let the floodgates open to Kamala and people like her. Let the floodgates open, and them shits ain't been able to get closed since.
Hey, Chef C, now watch the jokes.
Well, hold on. Let me talk about, because I mean we've been getting hit every 10 years with tsunamis of these folks coming through. Just in this 4-year term, we got a tsunami of 15 million of these motherfuckers.
I say 20.
So, but go ahead, brother Coke. I don't mean to cut you. Go ahead, Coke.
You know, we deal with numbers around here, and I wonder if people. I know somebody's ears perked up when she started actually spitting off those numbers. You know, numbers like 12 billion, 8 billion already distributed. Watch now, Juan. 8 billion already distributed. She said that too, right? But when she got down to the Black distribution, I bet you if you accumulated the 4 points and the 4 different communities, end quote, that she stated, that's I say the number was coming in at less than $1 million. We had we got 400,000 distributed over here, and this one we got, because I was thinking, I was like, is she off numbers or something like that? Because there's a I ain't the smartest button on the calculator, but I do know how to count my fingers. And 8 billion, I know there's 1,000 million in a single billion. And if the whole entire project is 12 billion, that's $12,000 million that could get distributed. And when she broke down, well, it's going to this Black business, we sent $400,000 over here. And we even wrote a check for $10,000 to some random ski-wee out in the middle of nowhere, because if y'all don't think that these quote unquote, even the Black crumbs that was flicked off the table, that's the Boulets.
Come on.
That's the Boulets. So the Boulets getting the crumbs, you get nothing but thoughts and prayers.
Listen, let me do this. You know what? We're gonna take a quick commercial break. I think we got enough of this. We don't need to hear no more trick knowledge from this deviant here. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
We have to begin to groom leadership, and we also have to get rid of old school, old Black folk who don't want anyone else. The boomer generation can't die off fast enough for me, a lot of them, because they haven't let the X generation take root.
The struggle will now be bastardized. On August 24th, 2024, we are launching the Patriot Summit. You must be there. We are going to save ourselves, our manhood, our womanhood, our children, our community. We need the few that will do. Why not you? We want a few good men and a few good women to join forces. It's the Patriarch Summit. Check our GoFundMe link. Thank you.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed. Let's get to this final course here, though, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to this final course. And you know what? I will say this with the Kamala situation. I have to just say this, though. First and foremost, when anybody thinks about trying to run down and tell you how phenomenal of a job this woman has done, let's be clear. Her parents told you she was Asian, Indian, right? Kamala never lied about nothing as far as that ethnicity. She's been more 10 toes down on being Indian and Asian than she, a cosplay as a black. And that's the thing that we got to keep it 100 about this, y'all. She told you she's the president or even VP of immigrants. And a lot of times the conversation that comes out of that Democratic Party is this is a nation of immigrants.
Facts.
So are they wrong when they say that? And they're not, though. They're not. Because when you put all of them other groups together, they outnumber the Black Americans. So it ultimately, it is indeed, absolutely, positively, a nation of immigrants, and that includes your white counterparts, y'all. Your royal, your American royalty, the Kennedys, they're immigrants. That whole bloodline is immigrant. Okay. So, I mean, listen, this shit goes way too far, but you know what? Let's go to this situation here, man. Now, come on now. Come on. Look at here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Little Wody. Little Wody and his fiance, his 26-year-old fiance. Lil Wody. Lil Wody is 16 years old, y'all. Now, me and Coke was having a conversation earlier today. And, some people are outraged about it and other folks are clapping and giving sister, girl, you did it, girl. Sis, you made it. Listen, she got to be happy too. Talking points like that. Now, shout out to Brother Black Land. Somewhere in Atlanta. Listen, the little dude is 16 years old. He's now engaged. I want to make it plain for everybody. He's now engaged to her. So what does that mean for anybody that's not really up to speed? That means he's been smashing this grown woman already. She's been having sex with this young boy. You don't get engaged overnight. It don't work like that. She's literally having intercourse with this little guy. Look at him. Now,
what state is she in?
I believe.
Exactly.
You said what's her ethnicity?
No, what state is she in? What like, because remember that Giddy, Joshua Giddy, or that weird guy that played for the basketball team, the white guy, right? Mm-hmm. Who got caught messing with that minor, allegedly, quote unquote. The family didn't care due to the fact that the statutes of that state, I think the age of consent was like 16 years of age. So that's the reason why I'm asking. where's this story taking place at? Because it probably gives more context to these type of laws in which they're trying to push this type of degenerate culture onto our children.
I believe NGA, salute the brother Black Laren. This is going on in Georgia, sir. This is going on in Georgia, sir. And as far as I'm concerned, let me make sure I got my math right. The age of consent. Yeah, I got a map I'm gonna pull up. Bear with me for a minute. I'm gonna pull this map up. I'm gonna show y'all. Brother Cole, what's your let me see. Oh, my sister is up here. Sister Black Rose, are you still in the building, sis? Sister Black Rose, I'm gonna have to hear from her. Sister Black Rose,
Age of consent is 16, brother.
Sister Black Rose, okay, she not there. She probably back at work. All right, no problem. Listen. Listen. We first and foremost, we all know that it would be a different scenario if the roles were reversed. Let's be very clear about that. Let's not get confused by any means. However, I still find this to be extremely diabolical. It's just high degeneracy. You know, the fact, see, the age of consent, as the brother Negro said, is 16. But you got to the parents have to give that consent at 16. Okay. The parents, so he can be engaged for the next 2 years and then finally officially cuff her. Okay. He can officially cuff her at 18. But the family is given the consent, like, hey, listen, go ahead, do your thing. It's got to come from the parental portion of that. But I'm looking at it like this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying to myself here, you know, who in a situation such as this are you supposed to be mad at? The government system? Look at that map, y'all. Now, what you see in those different colors are the ages of consent. Right? I just figured out today, shit, New Jersey, age of consent, 16 years old. That's one of my nieces. Okay? This is listen, so now when you look at this, y'all, how do you legitimately separate what a pedophile does from the government system? Right? And when you look at these numbers here, this says, okay, yeah, that freaky leak person can do whatever the hell they want because the young kid is old enough. So now it's not that the parents failed them, it's the government. Let me go through the panel real quick. I mean, Brother Wolf, what say you, sir? I mean, looking at this map.
So man, we have raised at least 3 generations of degenerates. You know, so again, I'm of the opinion where, you know, if you want to be engaged in anybody, you got to be able to take care of them. And can that young man take care of her in the traditional sense? See, this is my first time even seeing the story. So I don't know the backdrop or nothing. I don't know. This is my first time even hearing about this story. So I don't know what this. All I know is this: I would not turn my children over to this 26-year-old woman. I mean, come on.
You know something, brother Juan, though? I want to make something very plain for folks. See, everybody hear about the freaky uncle and or the grandfather and all this other shit, right? Or the crazy guy next door, the perv. Think about what has to be going through this grown woman's head. How is she not then looked at with the same aggression and disgust that is then delivered to a man? And then she's comfortable, and the mere fact that she's comfortable just coming out, because I want to be clear, this is a picture of her dressing him up and get ready to take him to school. She's getting ready to drop him off because she got to drop dude off to school.
Yo, this is wild. Yo, this is wild. This is wild.
You understand?
This is nasty work, man.
The freaky, look at the bangs on her. The tattoos.
Hey, Chef, let's be clear. I'm looking at the chart here because, it's a lot of different variables and, it's like a truth table and all of this. When you look at this map, like those numbers you see, that's really, they're the numbers, but not really, because there's a few categories in how it breaks down, right? So you have the states, including the territories. There's this concept of unrestricted. You start there. So and that's the ones where it's 16. Unrestricted means at the age from which one is deemed able to consent to having sex with anyone else at or above the age of consent, or the marriageable age, which that's a whole nother layer on top of it. But that's one a lot more simpler, because overall most states still it's 18. And so somebody might think, well, how the heck is a 16-year-old engaged? Well, there is nothing. Shout out to all the people that was growing up. I'm gonna buy her a ring pop. That's gonna be my girl. I'm gonna get the ring pop. Be careful what you're doing at the age of 16, because you really might be engaged. There's no law that prohibits somebody. The promise rings, they might call them, even growing up, all of that stuff. There's no law that restricts someone from giving someone a ring and making a commitment for the future. Or for all the folk right now that think this is a little weird, make sure you keep that same energy when you go out there with them small hats. And they have their bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs, which states clearly that at the age of 13, you are a man and a woman. What do you think that bar mitzvah and bat mitzvah is all about? And that whole religious angle is another layer on top of all of this stuff. But the unrestricted basically means that it's the age and you can go up as many numbers as you want to. Then it's by authority. That's what Chef's talking about, where it's like you have a parent involved. Sometimes the by authority is the same age as the unrestricted. Sometimes the by authority is the state's really, so New York, the state's really 17, but then you got to by authority, you might get a 16. That's what that breakdown to. Then there's the by age. And by age basically means a gap. You can't go past this gap. So some states are 13, 14, 16 years. And that's not the age of the person. That say is 13 years. That means somebody's 16 years old. You better not be 29 and above, because now you hemmed up. Now for the state of Georgia, there is no by age. So that means technically he could be busting down Stella, y'all, in Georgia. He could be busting down Stella, y'all. He could be busting down Foxy Brown at the age of 16, because there is no by age, there is no by authority in Georgia, and unrestricted is the age of 16. I'm here to tell you that little nigga legal. That little son husband has crossed the line, brother Juan.
Come on.
1 year ago, it was, hold the camera for me while I twerk for the gram. All them son husbands out there. Yeah, the son husband is starting to cross the line and get official. The son husband is starting to hop the broom, brother Juan.
Wait. I got a question here. I got something I want to throw out there. Do you think that this woman's out here red shirting a young man who's up and coming and trying to establish himself financially? You saw this go on with the basketball player the young guy, I can't think of his name, where he got entrapped by this woman, and she specifically said that she waited until he was 18 years of age to have a child with him, and she was in her late 20s as well. She was in her late 20s as well.
No, brother Negro. I'm a triple down with you. Pause. They lining these little dudes up. They're lining them up. You social media viral little dudes, you got chicks like this looking at them all day long, waiting to snatch your little son up. Y'all better stop putting that damn fucking iPad in their hands and walking off. Huh?
Hey, Chef, this is the entertainers. This just the entertainers. Salute to all of the 20-year-olds up in their 20s that got their issue. They got their issue of Blue Chip Illustrated ready. Who's the red? Who's the All-American this year? Oh, that little nigga about to get his full scholarship, go right over to Penn State. He's 16. The coach is already recruiting him at 16. They be up in look. They at the high schools choosing. This is wild.
Are they trying to compete against the white girl? Are they trying to go at the white girl at his own age?
This is all legal what y'all looking at, y'all. If you have an issue with this legal Georgia statute, go holler at them small hats and say, listen, we know you just ain't hiring Drake to perform. We know that this is where you give consent to your children at the age of 13.
But see, this is why I say when the culture goes rogue, the belief system will stand 10 toes down. That's why when I say I'm unapologetically a follower of the revolutionary Jesus, I mean that. They're revolutionary.
Amen.
The purpose of man is to not just have a woman, not just provide or protect, but give instructions. Is little man going to be able to give instructions to this woman if he's still being taken to school?
Well, Brother Juan, that's if you go into that small hat community, that's what the bar mitzvah and the bat mitzvah is all about. So deeply ingrained in the culture is that you actually can make decisions as a man.
But they have a system in place where they look out for each other.
There you go. Come on.
He's not just marrying that young lady, that young girl. He has a whole infrastructure in place that if he has a council of elders that he go to for instructions.
Come on.
He's not out here just marrying this girl. No, some of these marriages are arranged in that culture. You can't tell me that this is an arranged marriage. This youngin right here and this young lady, like I said, I don't know the backstory. All I know is this. As a full-blooded man, I know my responsibility is to protect, provide, and give instructions to everything within my wingspan. And even if you don't want my instructions, you can't have my protection. Okay? So when I see this, I would have never given my son or daughter to this situation.
And again, I for me, it's just I can look at this and they have an intercourse. That's what's wilding me out. For me, it's wilding me out. Like I'm having a hard time seeing past it.
Well, I don't see why you are, Chef. I mean, look, salute to Roland for walking these folk down with the Bad Times reboot. You feel me? Roland to tell you who was the number one character in that Good Times, Bad Times reboot. It was the drug dealing baby. They already setting folk up for this. Listen, Brother Juan, how do we know that this little youngin, he ain't letting that mat rain? He bust baka. These little kids, man, he got switches on his shit, Brother Juan.
Wait, I'll even raise you on this one. Didn't Lou? I said it in the comments section, but I mentioned that Bootsy Badass was having his child allegedly, going to the strip club, and to say that he would rather have his child lose his virginity in this manner, and so forth and so forth. So obviously, there's this type of degenerate culture that's out there, that condone this type of behavior.
Right.
That's what I want to highlight there, and that's why I asked, if this young man is a rapper and he's getting some type of income, shorty just red shirting him. Why is this not looked at as a red shirt pedophilia behavior?
Correct.
That's where I was more or less going at, and I'm seeing this happen to our young Black entrepreneurs, athletes, and such, which are very impressionable minds, very talented young Black men, young Black brothers, and they're being very misguided by the people that's around them. Where's the support? Is this young brother coming from a single parent household? I'm leaning on the mother's side. I just can't see a father condoning this type of behavior.
Well, actually, let me say this, and salute to the 110 plus in the building right now. Let me say this. I do see fathers condone this. Because listen, gentlemen, we got to be very clear. Everybody is not as mature or principle driven and grounded as we are. Right? So there will be some who look at this as, man, my son is a real man. This is a W for the family. And then on the flip side, it's going to be, at least he ain't gay. Right? Let's be clear. That's going to be some of them talking points, regardless of what you want to, this is hitting a lick for some for some of these guys. But for me, I'm looking at it and I'm like, yo, she's 26 years old. She ain't no angel. You can just look at her the way she's standing, her body posture. She got bodies on her already. So she come through and do some of that experience freaky shit on this little boy. It's easy lick for her. That's that easy lick. He a deer in the headlights. She start dropping that shit on him. What are you gonna do? Yeah, he could bounce. Yeah, he got all the energy for the youth or whatever. That's cool. But she got the tricks. She got the experience. This ain't no regular. This ain't no stay in the house chick. She was out there. You can tell. Look at her posture. She even campaigning just by being in this photo. Come on, man. But go ahead, gentlemen. Well, hold on. First and foremost, it's been 3 hours here, ladies and gentlemen. It's been 3 hours. And I want to say this. Let's go ahead and get some support in here, ladies and gentlemen. We need to get some support in here. We're going to take a little intermission. Make sure y'all go ahead and support the program with the likes and the cap. You got the thing in the top there, and you know how to hit it, family. We're going to take some time. Let's get these likes up. Let's show some real service, not lip service. Let's see what's happening here. Let's see what's happening with the family. I see no cash apps coming through. I guess we had our fill for tonight. Salute the brother Nico in the building. Salute brother Nico. Gunshot for Nico. And salute brother Nico. Ladies and gentlemen, contributions are always welcome. I'm going to give it another minute or so here. And if you no longer want to contribute, or if you don't want us to keep going, we'll just shut it down here. Okay? Which is fine with me as well. Which is fine with C as well. Okay? $sign FTS49. You can scan that QR code. All right, let's see what's happening here. Okay, salute to my brother Nico coming through with the Cash App. Salute, brother Nico, coming through as usual. Salute, brother Nico. Salute, you appreciate it, brother Nico. Salute. As usual, always coming through. Can we get some more contributions in here? Ladies and gentlemen? Where the likes at? Let me see where the likes is at. We even got likes up. 100 plus in the building. Let's see what the likes look like. Let's see what these likes look like. 24 likes. Can we get 30 likes? Can we get 30 likes on the platform?
It costs you nothing to like.
Literally nothing. Can we get the likes up? All right. Let's see. 30 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. 30 seconds to contribute or we shut it down. And I think you have had your fill for today. Yeah, we ain't even got no more likes. Look at that. Shit. Stingy on the likes. All right.
Well, it was a great conversation.
Hey man, we have to have the money for the grill. I understand that grease don't come cheap, you know. That grease does not come cheap.
Shout out to my brother Nico, as always, coming through. Salute for coming in. Yeah. So, brother Juan J. Johnson, sir, let them know how they get a hold of you, man. It's time to shut this shit down. Folks say, fuck it, we done. All right, so
go to lwftraining.com for your firearms needs. Wear and carry, HQLs,
there we go.
Tactical training, you name it. Even if you can't get to me, get to somebody who can show you how to be responsible gun owners and gun users. It's just that serious out here as we approach November 5th. Also, please take time out today and go to the Patriot website and register and become a part of the summit. I will be there speaking, sharing, giving you real-time information that you can apply same day. Okay? It's just that important. I mean, we're in the era right now, family, where we don't have the luxury to be entertaining you. We're trying to enlighten you, educate you, inform you, and get you ready for what's around the corner. And we're not going to be begging for no support. You know you're getting information. You know you're getting it. So just treat us like the church. When the preacher gets finished preaching, just give him an offering.
Yeah, don't treat like the crooked one though. You know. Well, actually, might have to treat us like that. That nigga or Negroes get the money. Shit, shit, they do all kind of. They get private jets and all type of shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. But anyhow, I mean the likes at the bare minimum, but it is what it is. It's been 3 hours. See,
Yeah.
I should have did this shit at the 1:30 mark, like I've been doing. See, I done fucked up today. But okay. It is what it is. Brother Lone Wolf, Juan J. Johnson, ladies and gentlemen, go over, follow the young man on his platform. We are growing, we are expanding. I am also going to be revamping this particular platform, which is great because you got to constantly grow in this thing. So it's going to be, more, more information, but, just the look of it. We're gonna turn it up even more. That's I don't like to be stagnant. So be on the lookout for all of the progressive takes on what we're doing here, and I'm sure you guys are gonna appreciate it. For those of you who rock with us on a regular basis. Salute to my brother Juan J. Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. As usual, make sure y'all go ahead and follow the brother and subscribe to his YouTube channel. Salute. Yes, indeed. Sister Black Rose, are you still in the building, sis?
I'm here, brothers.
We gonna get ready to shake it up out of here. Any last words from you, sis? We're gonna be getting up out of here. Any last words from you?
Well, I just want to say I appreciate you, brothers, and we appreciate you having this broadcast tonight. And I want to say good night to everyone. Keep your head up, stay strong, keep the fight on, and we'll talk again soon.
Most definitely. Salute to Sister Black Rose checking in with us. Salute, Doctor.
Absolutely.
Most definitely. Brother Coke, man, you got the word, Brother Coke. Any last words from you, Brother Coke? You got the flow.
Yeah, I just want to say I appreciate this panel. Such a poignant discussion that we had going on here. Special salute to the family Black Rose bringing that Texas tape up into the mix. I appreciate that. Oh man, hearing her talk is, man, listen, it just felt all warm and fuzzy. So salute to all of the sisters and the ladies, that the Black American women up in here who stand 10 toes down on business as well. We couldn't do it without y'all.
That's a fact.
We could not do it without y'all. The one things that are the takeaways, some terms that I want to make sure that y'all leave with, something will stick. First is going to be that difference between freedman and freeman. That's freedman with a D and freeman without. Freedman is a legal status. Freeman is a lineage. That's kind of like a good delineation, fork in the road. But there's a lot that's attached to that, especially when it comes to Black American on both sides of that situation. The other one is that Pan. If you don't understand that Pan demon, they call it a Pan god, but it's a Greek god. And from Peter Pan to the D9 to Pan-Africanism, that Pan is at the root. And it's very interesting when you really break down how people act and react when they start hearing that flute being played, and everybody gets into formation, it seems like. And the last one is General Howard. Do a little bit of General Howard and the Freedmen's Bureau. It's interesting how the dominant society will trick us into thinking we's got education now. We's coming out of Reconstruction. General Howard gonna be our savior, but behind the scenes, he's doing exactly what Kamala's doing today. With this whole Freedmen's Bank, he pulled the same play, but back then the immigrants were just pink toes from Europe. Same exact play. All right, y'all. So that's Freedman and Freeman. And then that's also to the Pan God. And lastly, General Otis. General Otis Howard. General Otis Howard. General Howard. He is who Howard University is named after.
Come on. Cooked. Salute to our brother Coke. Yeah. Otis Howard, ladies and gentlemen, a white man. Okay, just to be clear, Negro. You got the flow. Let them know
You
what's
could
coming
always,
down.
yeah, you could catch us on all the major platforms, even on Fanbase, but we're not up on there like that. But we're everywhere. We're probably going to be expanding to Rumble too and a couple other places. We will have that website up shortly, so please bear with us. The book will be coming out soon, Delineationology, so you know that that's going to be on deck. Also, I just want to close off. Make sure that you get one of the books, Immigration and the Remaking of Black America by Todd G. Hamilton. Also, Back of the Hiring Line. You don't have to support them like that. Just get the audiobook and keep it trucking. Make sure you buy the black books because they might end up taking it out of circulation or they might end up changing it through digital books. So what I do is get the digital books for the white folks, get the real books for the black folks. All right, you got to treat us white. All right, that's what Dr. Short be talking about over here. Also, I just want to close out the small hat community. The age, besides their age of consent being very low, they have 8 genders through their religion. Something for y'all guys to think about. 8 genders. That's a lot, family. That's really a lot.
Well, I was trying not to go there, brother Negro. You had to this nigga Negro. You had to drop that. Listen, they'll catch it on the next Pat Talk. You understand? But salute to the brother Negro, man. As usual, always coming to. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, there we have it. You know, it's another day here, man, to do what we do, bring you the information that you're looking for. In a situation such as this, if you don't say anything, you can't be mad about the youth that you see in your neighborhood. They ultimately become products of their environment. And that also means your action or inaction to prevent this very kind of degeneracy that you see before you. You can't get a W sitting on the sideline. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everybody for joining us here today. And remember, in a system of white degeneracy, you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. My name is Chef C, and I'm out.